Today.
Yep.
And what's the motherfucking deal, YouTube? This your boy Coachdonte back in the motherfucking building, man. Got three of my guys right here, three of the Eagles guys, three of my Eagles family. Pumped up, can't wait till the game tomorrow. We got a lot of news, a lot of cuts that's gonna be made. It's gonna be made. Uh, Everybody think preseason ain't it's nothing, but preseason is something. So, like I say, man, shout out to these guys, these men right here that's joining me. Every time I probably get a round table, Mitch is always there. My boy Philly Sports always there. Got to get my boy Jordy on some stuff too, because he don't get enough time. So we gonna get my boy Jordy in some of this stuff. So let's get right, man. So Jordyfighter, tell everybody where they can follow you from, brother.
Well, obviously, you can find me at Jordyfighter. I've got my 3 podcasts, and I've got some special stuff in the works, but that's where you can find me.
All right. Money Mitch, where they can follow you at, family.
All right. You can follow me at Mitch Kofsky on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all that. And yeah, I might do wrestling content. I'm still thinking about that. So hopefully I can get that started. So I mostly do Eagles, Sixers. That's just it. And you can
Okay.
just follow me, join the ride. 1,400. I'm right there. I only need 96 more. I'm trying to
Okay,
get there
okay.
before the NFL season.
All right. My boy, Robert, aka Philly Sports. Tell the people where they can follow you from, family.
You can follow me on at Philly Sports Podcast on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at Philly Podcast YT, Instagram at Philly Sports 97, and TikTok at Philly Sports 97. So that's where Twitter is where I'm mostly active, but I will post for stuff on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Also, I hope to see everyone on the 15th since I'm going to have Frank Close coming on and just talk Phillies baseball. So can't wait! I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
All right. So when coming up, the game the day before opening night, y'all will see my boy Money mention my boy Philly Sports in the basketball roundtable with me. Game before opening night, the day before opening night, y'all will see them in the round at the round table. So other than that, man, let's get started. To get into the chat. What's up, my boy Benny? What's up, Swavy? What's up? What up, my boy? I don't know how to say your name, but he a Toronto fan. What's up, baby Shauna? Let's get right into it. So we got a big. We're gonna start with the news in Boston. This weekend, Boston. Dennis Schroeder decides to sign with Boston on a 1 year deal. He passed up $84 million from the Lakers. And it's a pretty decent move. He's a pretty good point guard. But Jordyfighter, first question goes to you. You the Boston fan. So let's get right, man. What you think about that move? What you think about that move, Schroeder going to Boston? What you think about that move, brother?
Honestly, I like it because, well, first of all, he's taking 5.9 million when he was expected to want 9.5, and so at this point, it looks like a decent deal at least. And Schroeder comes in, gives you short-term point guard depth alongside, assumably, Chris Dunn, and
Mm-hmm.
as of right now, that's a good combo. Well, you've got guys like Pritchard, Langford, and those other young guards developing, and I like the move in the short term. I really do because you can combo Dunn and Schroeder in a sense, and then
Mm-hmm.
hope as the year goes on, you can slowly maybe give more minutes to a Peyton Pritchard or a Langford or somebody like that.
Okay, okay. Do you see him starting? Do you think he's going to be in the starting lineup?
Uh, I think he will at times and he won't at times. I think it depends on what Ime Udoka is going to want at
Okay.
point guard. So I think there could be a mix of him and Dunn at point guard.
All right. Money Mitch, same question as you. You see Schroeder starting, and what you think about the move?
I see him starting. I hate the move because I'm a Sixers fan. I can't stand the Celtics. Sorry, Jordy. I just got to say that right there. Your team is getting better. My team is sucking right now. I mean, the best we got is Georges Niang and Drummond. So I'm just telling you right now. For the Celtics side of it, it's great because Kemba Walker was not the right fit for them. Can you agree with me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so he was not the right fit. And Dennis Schroeder can just, he's like, he's like a young, he's not exactly young, is he, though? But he's like he can shot create, he can get others involved, he can get like an easy 15 and 6 a night. So
Mm-hmm.
that's actually good for the Celtics. But as Sixers for me, I fucking hate it.
my, my boy Philly Sports. What you think about the move? Do you see Shooter starting in
I,
Boston?
See, I'm majority because, like you said, and also I'm with Mitch too. Like, as a Sixers fan, I kind of hate it because number one, I mean, obviously they need a point guard, but their main need the Celtics that I've seen, they need a solid center, and that's kind of what they've been. And I think a lot of teams are going to expose that
Wait, say it again. What'd you say?
about the Celtics not having a solid center.
They just got a solid center in Al Horford, actually.
What that old dinosaur? I didn't think.
I'm sorry. I'm joking.
Yeah, see, but I think like Mitch said, I think this is a very good move with the because obviously Kemba Walker was not a great fit because obviously number one he can't he's having a hard time staying healthy. I mean I think Dennis Schroeder could be in his early 30s, so I think even though he's still kind of young, don't
Yep.
quote me on that, but like he got like Mitch said, and that's the thing too. I feel like Jory said, it depends what their head coach wants to do.
Okay.
But so like I really can't give you a solid answer on if he can be a starter or a bench player.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with like I said, I think it's a solid move. And by the way, I think Dennis Schroeder, he is still young at that. The guy can create his own shot. He can get to the basket. He's one of the fastest guards in the league. Give you about 15 points a night. I don't think he was happy in the situation in LA. Because he was in mixture between, hey, I want starters money. I want to start. I want to start. He came out and made it publicly clear that he wanted to start. And I think, like I said, I think it's a good move by him in the Celtics side. A 1 year, basically proven deal. Just like I say, I think in certain spurts he's gonna start. He's gonna start at certain spurts. But I really kind of like the move, and he's like I say, he's an underrated backup, and he's an underrated six man. So again, Dennis Schroeder signs for a 1 year deal with the Celtics. If you guys got any questions in the chat for anybody, y'all let us know. I will put them up on the board. What's good, my boy Nate? What's up, Big Play Slay?
Nate.
Next question goes to my boy. Again, we're gonna go around. Jordyfighter. So we got some more news. We got Curry. We got Luca. We got Trae Young. All getting a bag. All getting a bag in free agency. So we're gonna start on the Curry side of things. Jordyfighter. What you got? Give me some. What you got to say about the Curry signing? Curry getting that bag again, and do you think it's a great move for the Warriors?
It's not surprising that Curry gets another good-sized contract with a good amount of money, and I think most of us probably saw it coming. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, it's a good move for them to retain him, but as years go on, I'm starting to think that core is starting to become not what it used to be, and I feel like that's going to be a problem, if not now, in the very near future, and that's something they also really got to focus on besides keeping Curry.
Okay. Good choice. Good answer. Good answer. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Okay. Money Mitch. What you got on it?
It's Curry. What else do I have to say? I'm done.
Philly Sports, my boy Philly Sports.
I think. I mean, look, like Mitch said, it's Curry, but I think he kind of deserves it because there's nobody going to be like Curry ever again. Like who can really put up, be a part of these 3-point leaderboards. Being able
Trae Young. Trae
Yeah.
Young. You can see Trae Young.
You Trae Young in the future years, but I think, well, like Joy said, the core, like Golden State's it's not going to be the team that it once was, in between 2015 to 2016, maybe even 2017. But I kind of feel like it's a good signing. Short. I think it's really going to hurt. Not to say it hurt them, but it just it might affect them once if he ever decides to retire or wants to try another team. So that's just where I kind of sit with that.
Yeah, like I say, man, I definitely think by far he deserves the bag. He deserves the bag. He deserves the bag. I think, like I said again, he was a team carrier this year. Even though he didn't get the team fully to the playoffs, that's because most of that is due. Like I say, I give Taylor Jenkins and the Memphis Grizzlies a lot of credit for how they guarded Stephen Curry, how they made him see two bodies in the game. I give most of that credit to the coaching staff. of the Memphis for making them work, and Andrew Wiggins not being able to step up, missing big shots at the later stages of the game, and Ja Morant killed them, definitely hitting the three ball. And like I said again, I got to give more credit to Memphis how they made it work, how they guarded him. Yes, Stephen Curry went crazy. He went off, but and two of those and two and three of those six of those points came off plays that should have been basically should have been turnovers. But like I say, Curry definitely deserves that bag, man. Like I say, Curry is the greatest shooter of all time in his NBA history that I ever seen step on the floor. Curry just can't shoot the ball. He can do multiple things. He can also put it on the floor. He can also move without the ball very, very well. He can also do that. He can also play make, like the way when he go to the basket. He always seals a person behind him and he ends up making a layup. So Curry is very underrated in a lot of things. His value is shooting the ball, but other things it's underrated. Dribbling, he's definitely can do that. So I mean, Trey Young, we gonna flip. We gonna flip. Dude, I mean, I got this is a question I want y'all to answer to. Jordy, you see Golden State being a threat this year? Do you actually see them being a threat this year? If Klay Thompson is healthy and he's 20 points per game, do you see them being a threat in the West?
That it. I'm not sure because if they're going to compete, that team around them's got to hold up, and I don't know if it's going to be able to hold up. And not only that, the West,
It's
it's not like the East. I'll just say that.
Money Mitch.
Well, first, if Klay Thompson's back, I could see him competing. Like,
Okay.
if back fully healthy, I could totally see it because that formula works. It always works. And
Yep.
Draymond Green, with him there, he's the glue that keeps everyone together. And
Yeah.
Curry and Klay just
Mhm.
worry about their own thing. Now, if they just get rid of Wiggins, and maybe because their bench is actually good, they have a good bench. Their center is Wiseman, but he's still injured though. So that has me thinking, is he going to be ready by the first game? So,
Okay.
yeah, and I just got to say, Warriors, they'll be fine. They'll be fine.
Robert.
I would
Philly
think so.
sports.
I think they have a possibility of contending, but you guys got to think too. Like the West is a very tough. It has some pretty good teams that the Warriors are going to have to compete with, like the Lakers, the Clippers. You know, it's a tough division or technically a tough conference to really contend in. So it really, and like George said, it's not like the East is where it's more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not as tough. I mean,
Yeah.
I beg to differ on that. The East
ahead.
got a lot
Oh, yeah.
tougher. It got a
Yeah.
lot tougher.
Yeah.
Like the Knicks. I saw you, the Knicks. Chicago Bulls, the Miami Heat, the Hornets. They're going to make a run. They'll probably be lower there, but they can still make a run.
I think
You
it.
got
I
the
mean,
Sixers. You got the Bucks. You got the Nets. I can go on and on. You got the Hawks. I almost forgot about the Hawks. So they're definitely more competitive than they were in the years past.
that's what I'm saying. You know, like in years past, you know, like with the same formula, you know, with Curry, Klay Thompson if healthy, and Draymond Green being the glue guy to really put everything together.
Hey,
Would think,
Jordy, I
you know,
saw that.
they
I saw
they
that on
have
Twitter.
they have a good chance of contending. Like I mean, obviously, I don't think Wiggins is probably going to be working out. I mean, Wiseman, I think he's a pretty solid center when he's healthy. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I really don't see. I don't see why not. She should contend.
Okay, okay. Y'all got a question at the top. Y'all got a question right here. About Jeremy. Y'all have a question. What do y'all basically think? Do y'all think it's gonna work between Melo, Russ? But we gonna go to you first, Jordy. We gonna go to you first, Jordy.
Yeah, this situation, and now assuming your top three guys in that team is going to be LeBron, AD, Russ, you're still building on a core of guys that aren't going to give you a full season. LeBron is at the point where he won't give you a full season, most likely. AD, same thing. Russ, same thing.
Yep.
Melo, probably the same thing. And I'm at the point where you're not going to succeed if your star guys or have injury problems. And I don't see them succeeding this year. I really don't.
Okay. Money Mitch.
Well, for me, you can't count LeBron James out. For me, you can't count him
Yeah.
out,
You
even though
gotta
the
keep him out.
Lakers are a retirement home. They are a retirement home right now. And it's just, you can't count LeBron James out. They got Wayne Ellington. They got Kent Bazemore. They got Malik Monk. They got
Yep.
Kendrick Nunn. They got good shooters. They got good shooters around them, but again, with the injuries, with Russ, I feel like his ego is gonna get ahead of him. Like, that triple double, he lives for that. He lives for that. So he's definitely gonna have to take a step back, like James Harden did on the Brooklyn Nets.
Robert.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
gonna get to
like,
your questions, Dennis. I'm gonna get to your questions. I feel. Go ahead, my boy Robert.
and that's the thing too. Like, getting like, I mean, I know Carmelo is up there in age, but obviously, the team. Sometimes the Laker has a track record of injury problems, which I think the last couple of years is what plagued them, and the fact they're getting players who are in their 30s, maybe even higher. I just don't feel like it's not going to work out well because, like, obviously Russell Westbrook has a huge ego. Like kind of, I'm with Mitch on this. But like you said, they have a sharpshooter and Wayne Ellington Jr., which I think is really, I think is really going to help them. You
Yeah.
know, with like Malik Monk, players like that. But uh, I know Carmelo, and then a lot of people, maybe have mixed feelings about him. Like he's not the player that he once was. But I just I'll just say it from this, but I think if you want to like really make I don't know if he has like he's making a case for like I guess a Hall of Fame career, but uh, I really want to see him to have at least have a ring in his back on his resume.
Melo,
That's
yeah.
Yeah, Mello.
Yeah.
Like there's what bad is there to say? Because like it's just like playing like I think what was the last team for like Portland Trail Blazers? I think was the last team he played for before he comes to the
Yep.
Lakers.
Yep.
Yep.
You're good.
It's just like and I've seen like videos too. Like I think Melo can give like another maybe 2 to 3 years tops in the league because I think he still has what's left in the tank to finish it off. That's just kind of where
Okay.
I kind of sit with it.
I think
Actually, I just saw.
go ahead, Mitch.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just found something on Twitter right now. You guys are gonna laugh.
Go ahead.
Adam Schefter just tweeted that 35-year-old J.R. Smith is enrolling at North Carolina A&T State University to pursue a degree in liberal science studies, and also waiting on the NCAA and to sort out his eligibility so he could join the golf team.
Damn.
Done.
Oh shit, man, crazy.
JR
All
is
right,
done.
the Warriors question. I agree with Mitch. 1000%. I agree with him. I think they're gonna be fine. Like if Klay Thompson comes back healthy and average 20, if he's anywhere near at 20 point per game mark, and with Draymond Green being the exalter, the emotional leader of the team, I think they're going to be fine in the Western Conference. Andrew Wiggins, I don't know what's going to be for him. I don't know what. I guess you're going to move him to the bench if Klay Thompson is anywhere near his old self. Uh, you have James Wiseman if he can stay healthy. He's a very good big man. He also can step out there and shoot a little bit. They have a decent bench. They have guys. So if Draymond Green, if Klay Thompson anywhere near his old self, that two way star that he always been, I think the Warriors are going to be fine with Steph Curry having that big season. And like I say, and they almost made the playoffs too. And I think they're going to be fine. But the Lakers situation, I like just because like I say, like Money Mitchell said, we be on the same page again. You can't count LeBron James out. You can never count him out. That team's gonna find a way to be fine, even when they struggle at the beginning of the season, first part of the season. Even when they struggle, they're gonna find a way to get things done. Anthony Davis, is just a matter. Can the guy stay healthy? Anthony Davis has not proven to stay healthy. Russell Westbrook has a chance. Gets hurt in spurts. Carmelo Anthony has been healthy for the past couple of seasons, and he shot his best percentage from three last year, 40.9. That was pretty decent. Malik Monk, who can put points on the board. Kendrick Nunn, who can shoot pretty good. Wayne Ellington, pretty much the most consistent shooter that they're gonna have. And Trevor Ariza is good defensively. It's great. It's pretty good defensively. So they got some. You can't count them out, man. They're gonna be at the top thick of things in the Western Conference. And like I say again, man, I'm so happy. I'm so ready, man. I'm ready to get this NBA season kicked off, and especially I'm happy for tomorrow. So again, we're gonna move on. We're gonna go Luka getting his money. I know everybody gonna agree he definitely deserves his money and what he gets. But the question is, what y'all think about that? But do y'all think how do you think Dallas need one more piece? Are they good? They good staying pat right now? Do you think they need to make a move and get Porzingis up out of there? We don't go with my boy Jordy, man.
Now, I really do think they need another piece because that team, even though they've got a new head coach in Jason Kidd, and there was some flaws both from the coaching side and the player side, and they just got rid of Josh Richardson, who I'm not happy to have in Boston, but that's another story.
I forgot.
That's
my
a
God.
situation
I
wanna get
forgot
into
about
right now.
that.
He said Josh Reed.
Either way, I think they need another piece. Hardaway Jr. is a good piece. Porzingis, if he's not thrown right in after every injury, can be a good piece. And Luka's obviously balling out, but they still need somebody else there. Somebody that can fill the gap that's being left right now.
And actually, Jordy, Josh Richardson can take Marcus Smart's spot.
There's no way. There is absolutely no way Richardson
What up,
is
Sonny?
taking Marcus'
Jordy,
spot.
you'll share the same frustration we had when he was with the Sixers. I mean, Mitch could attest to that too, right?
Oh my God, don't even get me started. But
Our
about the
guard rotation
Mavericks,
has Richardson fourth.
huh?
In my point of view, our Richardson is fourth in our rotation, not even third.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I can see that.
For me, with the Mavericks, they need one more piece. I heard that they might get Lauri Markkanen.
That would be good. That would be great.
So if they get Lauri Markkanen, obviously it's gonna have to be a sign and trade.
Yep.
So hopefully, I don't even know who to give. Like,
Exactly.
out of the Bulls won't need Porzingis. They won't want him. So
They're gonna want him. Yeah, of course.
Actually, I said they wouldn't, but on second thought, I mean, DeRozan can play the 4, so it's like, I don't know. But, I don't know, it's kind of tough. So, the ideal thing for them is for them to get Beal. That'll be the ideal thing. It's them to get Beal. But obviously, Beal's not leaving. They want to test that out with Spencer Dinwiddie, Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell. I'm telling you, even the Wizards got better, man.
At the point guard position, go ahead, my boy Robert. What you got up for me?
I think Luka Roy deserves it because the way that I see it is like he's basically going to be. It's going to be the face of that franchise. You know, with Rick Carlisle, or the previous head coach just stepping away all of a sudden. Now picking up Boban to help with as a center, and then
they already had Boban, but okay.
Or somebody. I thought they signed Boban.
They re-signed him.
Re-signed him. Well, yeah, but like Jordy, I think they need one more piece to fill that void. And I think Mitch said Bradley Beal, but see, and that's tough for me to say because it's like from a Sixers perspective, like I'm not entirely too sure, but I kind of feel like Luka really deserves it, but he's been balling out the last couple of years. It's like, ever since when he entered the league, brought that hype with him. And we really haven't seen that since I guess maybe when Jeremy Lin broke into the league back then. It's
when he came into the league, it took him a couple of years. Then he had to break out. Then Carmelo wanted him gone. So it just then it went down there from there. But
I think overall, I think they need one more piece. But I think overall, I think they're solid. But
Yeah,
like you said, but one more piece is what's going to make that difference with the Mavericks.
yeah.
I mean,
I mean, like
obviously,
I
it's
say,
really tough to tell.
I definitely agree with everybody, man. They definitely need one more piece. They definitely need by far. I think they need one more piece. The obvious question, do you get? I mean, I think you get rid of Porzingis. If Lowry marketing, you probably can do that trade. Porzingis is clearly not happy, so why not just swap these two out? Porzingis not happy, not getting some of the spotlight. But like I said again, that goes back to show you they telling Porzingis, "Hey, Luka's the future of this basketball team. Luka takes us where we need to be. Luka, we go as Luka go. What up, Miss Key in the building? We go as Luka go. And one more piece just makes sense for this team. But again, like I say, where do y'all see this team at? If they don't make a move, they keep Porzingis. What do you see this team at? Do you see these guys? Do you see these guys in the middle of the pack in the playoff picture in the West, or do you see these guys moving up in the standings? We're gonna go
Oh,
with Jordyfighter.
that's
Wait, who again? I'm sorry.
like
I
say
like
if the Mavericks keep Porzingis, like where do you see them?
If they keep Porzingis, they'll still be in the play. Actually, Jordy's first. I'll wait.
go ahead, Jordy. What you got?
I still think they'll be in the playoff picture because uh, that's still a decent team even without another piece or two. Especially on good nights. On bad nights, they're horrible, but on good, they're like the Eagles in a way. They've got their good nights and they've got their bad nights. But when they have their good nights and they're all
Mm-hmm.
performing well and executing well, they're very good. And not only that, you have a new head coach in Jason Kidd, so hopefully the weird roster make or rotation makeups and starting guys right or well not starting but giving guys big minutes right off of injuries doesn't continue to happen and some of that gets cleaned up and they can definitely be a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at the roster right now. They'll be fine. Tim Hardaway
Okay.
Jr., he's a 3-point sniper. Jalen Brunson, a good point guard to have. Good backup. Trey Burke, good. I mean, they have the right pieces. They do. They just need one. So they'll be good for the playoffs. They'll be fine. What seed did they finish this year
I think they
again?
finished.
I think
I think the fifth seed
okay.
was the highest.
Was it fifth or fourth?
Yeah, I think it was fifth.
Yeah, I think that's the fifth seed.
Because the Clippers had home court. Clippers had home
Right,
court.
right. Okay. And then yeah, they lost to the Clippers in six.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'd see him going off to third or fourth when Luka's just getting better.
My boy Robert, what you got on?
yeah. I mean, right now, like, say if they keep Porzingis, like they're a pretty good. They're a decent playoff, team on basically, even the playoff picture too. Like last year, like obviously, I'd like to see hopefully, obviously, the Mavericks would at least get one more piece, and probably just move Porzingis. Well, I got like even though last year or last season they finished in the fifth seed, which I think if Luka can keep can keep getting better, there's no doubt they can finish. I say 2 or the 3 seed as the highest that I can see is possibility if they can keep Porzingis. But if not, why? And if I were like Mark Cuban, I would start going out getting like looking at players like Bradley Beal, Laurie Markkinen. You got to fill that void with this team. But I think overall, I think they, like Joy said, they're going to have some good nights. They're going to have some bad nights. I mean, it happens in all sports mostly. But when they have their good nights, like that's when they're at their top peak. Where they're going to start dropping. Some of the players are like dropping. High amount of points. Obviously Luka could probably give you maybe a little bit 30 plus a game on a good
Okay.
night. I think bad night. I say 25 to about between 25 and 29, maybe on the border to 30 on a bad night. But I don't think really he really has that. Really have rare bad nights. But overall, in terms, I would say the 3 seed is where I would like to see the Mavericks finish in the if you want to think about the playoffs with
All right.
with Chris Tapps.
Like I say, I think they right there. They right there between the fourth, fifth seed. It's just a matter of what piece. If they do get one more piece, what do they get? Like I say, it's kind of going to be a hard to pull a Bradley Beal because at the same time, he still kind of won't admit that he won't request no trade, and like I don't understand that. So basically, if Bradley Beal requests a trade, I think the Wizards will consider kind of moving him if he does request a trade. But the problem is he has not came out and said he wants to be traded. So like that's the and teams know their teams are trying to offer for him, and he has not came out and said, "Hey, I want to go here. I want to trade. Get me up out of here." But like I say, they between the fourth or the fifth seed. Even if they do keep Porzingis, or if they don't move them, or if they move them, they still kind of that top tier 4th, 5th seed. So what's good, V? Make sure y'all sub up to all these guys. My boy Jordyfighter, my boy Money Mitch, my boy Robert. Make sure you sub up to these guys, man. Y'all sub up to each other in the chat. So we don't go to Trey Young. Trey Young got the bread. Again, he got the bread. It is a 4-year deal, 107 mil for Trey Young. But the question, we know Trey Young deserves his money. Do you guys see the Hawks making the Eastern Conference Finals again this year?
No.
Okay.
No. I don't even see the Sixers making it, honestly.
Jordy, what did you see?
Honestly, they're not going to make it again. This is an Eastern Conference, like it's been said before. It's more loaded than it was last year.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
go ahead.
That's the tough thing is how are they going to get by some of these teams that they may be older, but if healthy, will be a dominant force like the Knicks. And honestly, that's what it's going to come down to is can they get past some of these teams that are just building up strong. Even the Celtics got better, even though they just lost to the Nets in the first round. They were still a good team, and they competed for that whole series. So,
yeah, the Celtics got better by getting Josh Richardson.
No, they didn't. They got better by getting Schroeder.
Money. Oh, my bad. I thought you jumped done, Jordan.
I'm not going to live down Schroeder or Richardson, am I?
Probably not.
One of them got to work. If not both of them, one of them got to work, though. One of them has to work.
Celtics are fine. For the Hawks, they're not going to make it. Seriously, they are not. Because you're telling me that team can even... I don't even think they can beat the Heat or the Bulls or the Knicks. I don't even think they can beat those three. I don't think they're going to beat the Nets. I don't think they're going to beat the Bucks. So that's 5 teams right there. Yeah. Can they beat the Sixers again? If we have number 25, yes. If we have number 25, then yeah, they'll definitely beat us again. But who else am I forgetting? The Hornets. I even see the Hornets beating them. They got LaMelo now. They got the Hornets. They got LaMelo, Miles Bridges, Kelly Oubre. They got a lot better, and they got younger. So they're building right.
And they also got LiAngelo too.
Well, LiAngelo not quite yet. Yeah. Not quite yet. He's showing us some lead. Yeah. If that happens, it's official. LeVar Ball should go. I'm just saying if that happens.
What you got on this, Rob? What you got on
I think it's going to be tough because it's like, obviously with the Knicks, I'd like to see the New York Knicks fans really boo the shit out of Atlanta because, number one, because of the trash talk that Trae Young has had. So, but in terms, I just feel like this is a tough conference to contend in because you can think about it this way, and not to mention the Heat, he got better. Most of these teams got better compared to us in certain aspects of things, but I just see it's just like they're not going to really make it because of how this is a very fully loaded Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and the Celtics got Josh Richardson again.
I don't know. I don't.
Let me live. I still have number 25. I still have number 25.
I don't know if you paid attention to this. Udonis Haslem has returned to the Heat for his 19th season.
I just saw that.
He was like, "What's this dude going to retire?"
He was an assistant coach last year.
Yeah, for the Heat. He been assistant coach since they won their last
Yeah, I
championship.
think it was like
He
three,
been out
4
about
years.
yeah, he been an assistant coach ever since then. Like I say, whether like do I think they're gonna make it to the Eastern Conference Finals again? No, I think they can still make it to the playoffs. But like me said, I don't like I say they're not better than they're not better than Milwaukee. Miami with Kyle Lowry, they're not better than them. Uh, the Knicks, they're not better than them. So that's how many teams. That's three teams already in front of them. You can say the Sixers, but I can't say the Sixers because they got if they have 25, no. If they don't have 25, then they have 25, then the Hawks can beat them. If they don't have 25, they get someone they get 25 by that. I think they can beat them. I think the Philadelphia 76ers will be a better squad. So I'm kind of iffy on that. The Bulls, you can make a case. The Bulls, you can make a case for it. You can make it give it a run, but I'm not sure. The New York Knicks, I don't until the New York Knicks beat them in the playoffs. I don't think the New York Knicks are better than them. Because Atlanta beat them in the playoffs. They beat them in the playoffs 4-1. So I'm not giving the upper hand to the Knicks. Other than that,
I am. Are you
uh,
serious?
huh?
Here's
I'm
like,
giving
I'm talking
you still
about the
got
Hawks. I'm talking about the Hawks. I'm not
I'm
giving.
giving the Knicks the upper hand over the Hawks.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. They haven't beat. They lost 4-1. I'm not giving them
Yeah,
upper
but
hand.
look at the team they got now.
we signed
I
Alec
know that's
Burks.
now. I'm talking about.
Even though they have a buttload of guards.
I'm talking about you talking about now. I was talking about in the playoffs what happened until the
Oh,
Knicks beat them
last
in the
year?
playoff.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, last
yeah,
year. Yeah, until the Knicks beat them this year. If the Knicks beat them this year, then yeah. Until now, I got the Hawks. I got the Hawks are better until otherwise. Until
so it's
otherwise,
really
yes. Huh? Go ahead. Go ahead.
like you said, like the Sixers. It's like you're on the board. It's a borderline kind of thing, you
Yeah,
know. Like,
yeah.
and I try to make the case of this too. Like earlier, you know, so it's like because I'm trying to get people in favor to start Tyrese Maxey as the point guard because I don't know if people would realize how much the offense runs much more smoothly through Tyrese Maxey,
Mm-hmm.
especially during the playoffs when he started the ball out. Like it's just like if we had drafted Tyrese Maxey 21st overall, which to be honest still shocks the living hell out of me that he fell that far and right into our laps.
Yeah.
But the as you know, this kid, coming out of Kentucky with under from John Calipari, you know, willing to really put the work. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
don't die on us, Mitch.
I'm good.
But like I was saying, this kid is really willing to work to get better. The only thing I think everything's there, and the only thing I think he's really starting to improve on his 3-point shot. So if he can
Mm-hmm.
really perfect that, there's no tell how dangerous Tyrese Maxey can be. But since with Portland not scoring on Kelly Oubre, I don't know if everybody paid attention to the news about that. Damian Lillard is not happy about that, and I've kind of talked about this too on my podcast too. It's just like I kind of feel like Tyrese Maxey is kind of like the bargaining chip for the Portland Trailblazers. But
Yeah.
as much as I don't really want to trade him, but I'm seeing this as like, what other choice do we have? Like, do we really have to spend till the 2025 season until 25 is gone? Well, yeah. So there's a lot of factors that's going to really play in for the 76ers long term.
I mean, like, I got a question for all y'all before we get into the next bad money bag. So everybody high on Tyrese Maxey. So Jordy, you got the first question. Do you think Maxey will have to be in a deal just to get rid of Simmons? Jordy.
No, but I think you're going to have to put something alongside Simmons because at this point you lose a lot of leverage trying to get rid of Simmons between his contract and his value. And you're
Okay.
going to need to deal somebody alongside him, and who knows what that could be for. You don't necessarily need Maxey to get rid of Simmons,
Okay.
but in certain cases you probably will.
Yeah, like if you want a Damian Lillard, if Damian Lillard acts out of Portland and the Sixers, they say, I mean, do you see Maxey being in the deal? Do you see Maxey being in that type of deal right there, or if they want Bradley Beal, if he finally comes out and say he want to trade, do you think Maxey will have to be in that deal? Do you think Maxey will have to be in that deal just to get a Beal or Lillard?
No, not necessarily, but
Okay,
certain teams may want him.
okay,
Yeah. For me, I gotta say, if it's not him, it's Thibault.
for sure.
It's one of those two guys. It's them two and draft picks. They don't
Okay.
want Korkmaz. They don't want Danny Green. They won't want Drummond. They won't want Georges Niang. They maybe Isaiah Joe. That
Yeah.
could be something. Maybe him, Jared Springer, or Jaden
Mm-hmm.
Springer, if he pans out to be what I think he can be,
Mm-hmm.
then yes. So the key word is value because number 25, his value is beneath the floor, beneath the floor, beneath the floor.
I agree
Go
with
ahead.
Mitch too. It's just like, and that's the thing too. Like you either can, if you, and the idea is that you want to keep Maxi or Thibault, which is really tough to think about because it's like even at the Olympic level, like Thibault really balled out like at some of the best competition that the world has to offer. It's like and then the fact that he can really is I mean, even at the Olympics, like was still working on his offensive game. You know, like one game he like dropped 20. I think he actually was pretty solid behind the 3 point line. You know, dropping 15, which I really expect from Thibault, or what he can have. But I just feel like I know we were the best defensive team last season, but I wouldn't like. I mean, I wouldn't mind giving up a couple draft picks, maybe Isaiah Joe. I kind of feel like I feel like Tyrese, and I don't know because I kind of been thinking about this too, like what RB had to say because of Tyrese Maxey being a bargaining chip for Damian Lillard and
Yeah.
why Portland. And that's the thing, and that's another thing too. I want to bring up a little bit later is about their coaching, the hiring decision of Chauncey Billups, which really never set well with me because I don't know. Chauncey Billups was one of those players where I really just never really expected to be a head coach, maybe an assistant, like a shooting coach. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of the way that you want to acquire Damian, Damian Lillard's caliber, you're going to have to wind up giving up either Thibault
Mm-hmm.
or Maxi. But I think most times tonight, I think Thibault's going to be part of that package.
All right,
Okay.
Robert, let me ask you this real quick. You brought up Chauncey Billups. Let me ask you this. If Damian Lillard did not come out and say that he does not want Chauncey Billups, because he did.
Oh, well,
How would you feel if the Trailblazers got Chauncey Billups? Like, honestly, how would you feel?
see.
What don't you like about him?
I don't
Because
know. I just I don't see Chauncey. I was never a big. No, I'd never really Well, even though with the allegations that happened back in 1997, I kind of feel like, as soon as that kind of was being brought to light now, which is like, why would, and obviously, we all know Portland's a small market team, but why, and I was really hoping Becky Hammond would actually land that job because, she's number one, she's already made history as the first female coach finalist to secure his second interview. But I guess I didn't mean. Damian. I know obviously Damian Lillard, advocated for Bills to be the head coach, but I have a feeling others didn't really. I guess the others didn't really share the same sentiment. I guess Chauncey Billups is one of those weird player / head coaches that I really just.
I mean, think about it, dude. A lot of point guards are becoming coaches. Steve
Yep.
Nash. You got Jason Kidd. He was up there, up and down a couple of times. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure there's others, but I'm blanking out
Steve
right
Kerr,
now.
but
Steve Kerr,
didn't play
yes,
point guard, but
yes.
he played shooting guard. He played a guard position.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Guards
Right.
are the coaches on the floor. So
Yeah.
we know for a fact that I think the hiring of Chauncey. Sorry if I'm going off topic, Dante.
No, you good. You
Sorry.
good. No, it's basketball. I love it. Go ahead.
Anything is
Basketball, I
basketball
love it.
related. There you
Love
go.
it. Yeah, I love
Okay,
it.
all right.
Go ahead. I love it.
I love the signing of Chauncey. I do because what he tweeted out. I'm going to say that in a minute.
Oh, I saw that too about the 3-point stuff that he's been talking.
I'm going to bring that up in a minute. Chauncey is a great general, in my opinion. I was a fan of him back when he won the championship with Sean.
Yeah, with the Detroit Pistons. Yeah.
Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace. That team was perfect.
Rasheed
And
Wallace,
I'm telling you,
all of those. Yeah.
Chauncey Billups, he was actually on other teams before that spot, before the Pistons. So he got his ring, he got his recognition. Yes. For this, what he can do for the Portland Trailblazers, I think is good. with the 3 points that he doesn't want them to shoot 50 points a game, he's bringing back to the 2010s basketball, where there was not a lot of threes, and obviously that can't win. We have number 25 that can't win at all. So I'm just saying right here, it's a good signing by Chauncey Billups. I like it.
Yeah, I love that signing by Chauncey Billups because, like I say, again, I think he deserves it. He's a leader in the locker room. He's a player. He could be a great players coach, like Mitch said. He won a championship. They had no all stars. They had no all stars. They played together. They played defense together. They were a very physical team. And like I say, they were very good, man. They had some underrated players on that game. Tayshaun Prince basically was a defensive stopper. Chauncey Billups is the reason why they call him Mr. Big Shot. Then he goes, like I said, he goes to Denver. Carmelo Anthony lost 4-1 every time in the first round. They made that trade from Allen Iverson to Chauncey Billups. Chauncey Billups goes to Denver. He goes to Denver, and they're Western Conference Finals team. And that's a difference Chauncey Billups makes in your locker room. I agree with Mitch on everything he said. And Chauncey Billups, go ahead.
I think, I mean, and because I had some, Chauncey Billups was one of those players I really never paid attention to growing up, but now when I looked at it when he first got hurt, it's like, okay, so this kind of makes sense because like he said, he wants to bring the old school, what like Mitch said, bring back the old school ways of basketball, do it the physical way, and I have a feeling, this is what, and I know this may sound crazy, but I feel like number 25 could probably be a better player under Chauncey Billups, in my opinion.
Okay. But that doesn't answer the question why you didn't like the signing of Chauncey Billups.
I don't see. At the time, I didn't know how I felt about it because I didn't really.
Okay. Can I just say this?
Go ahead.
Coachdonte, please tell me if I'm right. Everything that I said about basketball, he agrees with me. Every single time. I'm telling you. Like, he didn't like Chauncey Billups, and after what I said with facts, he's like, okay, Mitch, you're right. I'm like, dude, stick to your side.
I mean, I get that, but when I first heard, Chauncey Billups is going to be the next head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, at the time, I didn't know how to feel about that. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's been a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. During that time span, it's like I really never understood.
Dude, I'm busting you.
I know.
You. I'm just saying that.
And I understand. I know, and I think now looking at it, I feel he's going to really turn that Portland around offensive.
Hey, you got him to a little backtrack
every time.
Yeah, well,
watch.
This is the last
Jordy,
bag.
Go ahead. Jordy, what do you think about Chauncey Billups? Good answer.
Honestly, I really don't have an answer. I haven't looked into anything in terms of what he could bring as a coach or anything. That's something that I was originally planning to look into, but since Boston went a different way, I went that way too.
I love the coach you got because he used to coach for the Sixers, assistant coach a while back.
Yeah, and he played on some championship teams with the San Antonio Spurs as well. So he's in a way he was in a winning environment. So the last bag we're gonna go to, and I gotta after that I got a question to ask y'all. It's about some news in Portland that I heard that I know. So we gonna go Kevin Durant. Just he got paid as well. He got paid as well. I forgot the money on him, but he did get paid.
I'll look it up.
I think it's like 198, almost 200 million, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. So
I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that.
Is it pressure on the Brooklyn Nets? They got a healthy James Harden. If Kyrie Irving want to play basketball, if he decides to play basketball and not miss because of mental state issues, or if James Harden hamstring is not hurt, they added Patty Mills, NBA champion. They added James Johnson. If a healthy team, Brooklyn Nets, is it a lot of pressure on them to win a championship now? And if they don't win a championship, do you see them breaking up? Do you see them breaking up this team? You don't go with your boy. Go with you, Jordy.
Now, there's definitely going to be a lot of pressure on this team, especially if they're healthy, because this is a team that came into last year with high expectations and lost in the second round. So now they're going to have to come out
Yeah.
again and say, well, we added pieces and we're primed and ready, but that's the key is health. And that team struggled with that sometimes. And they also struggled with whenever they tried to lean on Joe Harris, he either would blow up and have a great game, or he didn't even show up to the game that night. One of the two. But
Mm-hmm.
it's really going to depend on who they run into, because now that Eastern Conference is very, very loaded and compared to
Yeah.
last year. And are they going to be healthy? That's the two biggest questions.
Okay.
For
Money
me,
Mitch.
isn't I have a question though first.
Okay.
Isn't James Harden and Kyrie on the last years of their contracts as well, or is there one more year?
I think they might have one more season.
Okay. All right. So let's just say hypothetically this is their last year, right? Hypothetically,
Yeah.
this season coming up is the last one, and they will break up if they don't win because it didn't
Okay.
work. Money can't buy you rings. I'm telling you
Yeah.
that right now.
Yo, I know. Oh, trust me.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So I'm just saying it will break up. Steve Nash would not get fired because he did all that he could with that
Yeah.
team. And just with Kyrie, man, and people are actually telling me trade number 20 trade Kyrie, trade number 25 for Kyrie. I don't want Kyrie.
No,
He's injury prone, drama queen. He doesn't care about the sport. Well,
Yes,
neither
that's
does
what he
neither does
doesn't
number
want to play
25.
because
So that
think about
actually
this,
missed.
you're basically trading with one of the same player. They're both.
No, Kyrie can shoot.
That's what.
Yeah.
Kyrie can shoot.
Yo,
excluding that, like,
yeah.
being
Oh, you can't exclude that.
Hey, Kyrie can shoot. Kyrie can shoot and create his own shot
He
too.
create
So
no.
he creates.
He
his
had
own
the
shot.
biggest bucket in NBA history. He
Yeah.
had the biggest bucket. That's the difference right there between Kyrie and Ben and number 25. That's the greatest thing. So the Nets, they got to do it. They re-signed Blake Griffin. I mean, good for you. I mean, he can dunk. I mean, he can't play defense. Patty Mills, I wanted for the Sixers so freaking bad. I wanted him for the Sixers. He can shoot the three.
Yeah.
You know who our point guard is right now on Sixers? I'm just 25 out of it. You know who it is? It's Maxey. I'd rather have Maxey than
Yeah.
25. I'm telling you right now.
Robert,
right.
what you got on it, Robert?
Like
Let me
you said-
guess. I'm just guessing here. Are you going to agree with everything I just said again?
Well, and that's the thing too. Like, this is where I think, like, I mean, obviously we all knew Steve Nash did what he could, but the issue that like, and also with Jordy too, like the health is the big concern, and there's going to be tremendous pressure on this Brooklyn team. Obviously, with the overhype that they got, when they got Kevin Durant, James Harden, that big three that they had. But the problem is like, they fell short of their expectations. So if they do, or let's just say hypothetically do it, but I mean that's a whole different story. But if they don't, I think I see this team kind of just losing like let's say hypothetically. Kind of breaking up,
Well, Kevin Durant is stuck. He's stuck.
Well, I know.
He's
Well, I know.
stuck.
Yeah.
And I thought, I mean, Kevin Durant is still a good player for like 35, 36, somewhere in that age
He's
range.
younger than LeBron. He's younger. So 34.
Really, he's younger than LeBron. I would have thought he would be a little bit older.
No, I'll look it up right now, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure. But Patty Mills, on the other hand, I'm with Mitch here. Like, I would like to have at least have another.
Am I wrong?
And like
with me again, isn't that like the theme here?
Well, because that's the thing to like, and Mitch
32.
brought up a good.
He's 32. 32.
Really, 32 with.
Yeah, he can play in this league for like.
That's
he is
shocking.
good.
He
Give
looks
him
older
like
than
4
he.
Give him 4 years.
And that's the thing too, like, and Steve, like I said before, Steve Nash did what he could with his team, If Harden, if that obviously if his hamstring would stay healthy, I think there's a possibility that they can go far. But the only issue that you see is that obviously the tremendous pressure and the fully stacked, excluding the Sixers, but the NL or not the NL. Fuck, I'm talking. That's baseball's on my brain. But the Eastern Conference.
I get what you
But
mean.
yeah,
Right?
Even though
So,
that's exactly the same thing I just said.
Again, it's definitely a lot of. This may be the team that has the most pressure coming into this season. That's just like I say again. Kyrie Irving, I don't know if he want to play basketball. I question his ability to want to play basketball instead of worrying about the damn earth all the time. The earth is flat all the time and having mental issues out every type of game. Like I say, I don't know. I can question that he love. If he, I can question he don't have really love for the game of basketball like that. He was out in the playoffs with an injury. James Harden was injured, had a hamstring injury. So this by far the most pressure. The team is under the most pressure. Is the Brooklyn Nets? They have to stay healthy.
I'm going
They
with the
have
Lakers on that.
the Lakers.
I'm
Yeah, but
going
I'm
with
talking about. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going with the Lakers, who got the
Yeah,
most pressure because they got
yeah.
LeBron,
I
AD.
mean,
They just got Russ. They got all these
bro,
shooters.
yeah, for you get. I mean, for LeBron and AD, LeBron them got championships. But if you want to say for Russ, then but you can say that too. But like the Brooklyn Nets, come on now, you're in the Eastern Conference. You're projected to be the best team, pretty much when healthy in the Eastern Conference. So they have a lot of pressure on their end.
They could have been in the finals. They could
Yep,
have been in the finals,
yep.
but
That's why.
Kevin Durant's shoe was on the line.
because
And,
No, I just got to say this.
yeah,
My
go
dad
ahead.
called the shot. He's like, Miss, Katie's taking the shot on the right side of the wing. Bam. And I'm like, Dad, his foot was on the line.
And yeah, man. So like, Harden may not come back. You don't know if Kyrie is gonna play basketball. So again, man, it was a tough finals for the Eastern. It was a tough second round for them last year, but they definitely up on a lot of pressure. I definitely see them breaking up if they don't win it. But yeah, I'll say the next question I want to go to y'all. Some news out there in Portland. Is this a sign of Damian Lillard wanting out of Portland or not? Or like I say again, we'll go through this. Jordy, the question coming for you. Damian Lillard comes out and said he don't like the off-season move. So what does that tell you basically?
That tells me that he doesn't necessarily want to move, but it's kind of forcing his hand because he's come out earlier in the year and said he's not necessarily going anywhere. But
Yeah.
looking at it from his perspective, they're not doing a lot to help him in the ways he
Yep.
wants. And at this point, I think he could end up getting forced to move, not by his choice, but because he has to in his eyes.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good question. That's a good answer. Money Mitch.
Okay, so can you repeat it again? I'm sorry.
Damian Lillard comes out and said he's not happy with the off-season moves.
Okay, so he comes out and says he's not happy with off-season moves. Can he just say that he wants out already? Can he just say, look,
Yeah.
grow a pair and say, all right, I'm done. I'm out. I tried to do everything I could. I tried to do whatever I could. He's having merch for his new album coming out. He's done. He can just rap for the rest of his career. He can just rap for the rest of his life, and he's fine. So I'm telling you, just get out of there.
Yep. Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead.
This is in the way that I see it. I mean, obviously, with Portland striking out and free agency against, try to get, and David Lillard himself was trying to recruit Kelly Oubre into Portland. Because obviously he
went to the Detroit Pistons.
No, Oubre went to the Hornets.
Oh, Hornets! I was thinking of Kelly Olynyk.
No, that's a different Kelly altogether. But I just feel like I think that's what's really going to force his, basically force his hand to say, what, I'm done. Like, if your guys are not going to get the pieces that I want around me, that I'm out. Like, I can't, like, I literally cannot, like, he's basically, in terms like, I can't deal with this. Like, I'm tired of going home in the first round. Like, I want to be somewhere I want to contend and actually, make an impact.
Yep, that's a great answer. Great answer. Again, man, I think the end is going to be nil, man. I say that team is nothing more but the seventh, eighth best team in the Western Conference. With Dame and CJ, I think they should be considered breaking this team up. They should have been did it the year that they kind of lost to the Golden State Warriors when they were up in every game. They should have been did that. They should have been broke this team up. But it's clearly, like I say, like everybody's saying on the panel, they're not getting the pieces that he wants around them. And he has the right to have a lot of power because, like I say, he's been carrying that franchise for so long. So he has the right to say, "Hey, man, hey, give me this guy, let's go after this guy." He has definitely the right to say, "Hey, what players do we want?" Like an Aaron Rodgers, he has the right to say, "Oh, we should consider keeping this guy. We should consider going for this guy. We should consider making a trade for this guy." Like everybody said, man, they have not done actually a great job of putting pieces around this
exactly.
guy.
And that's the thing too, like with Portland, it's like how much, and you got to think how much is that's going to affect them, though. Like, I mean, CJ McCollum's not it's a meh kind of player, and the way the people are. But I think back then it's like you gotta kind of have to feel bad for Damian Lillard and what Portland is trying to do. But I don't know. It's just like you're really forcing. Damian Lillard said, you're basically saying, I want out of Portland, I want out of the small market. I want to go to somewhere that's a big, basically like a big market like Philadelphia. I'm trying to think, like the Sixers and like different other teams. But I think if you want to trade for Damian Lillard, I think we probably have one of the better packages we can offer.
Okay.
In terms of if you want to, and obviously Daryl Morey wants to have an all-star caliber player. I mean, obviously, Damian Lillard is. I mean, obviously, there's no possibility we can't get Bradley Beal. But I think Damian Lillard, if you really want to trade, I think the Sixers was probably going to be the better choice of the other teams he wants, because, like I said before, like we can offer, some like a better trade package, basically, in terms of you wanted to acquire Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I like that. Money Mitch, you got a question right here.
Hold on.
I say a bag of chips. That's my answer. A bag of chips.
No. This is not Jack Ertz situation, bro. No. I want value. Give me Lillard. Give me Buddy Hield, Tyrese Halliburton. Give me something. Yo, I'll take Kemba Walker off your hands. But yeah. I mean, anything at this point.
We don't go to.
And by the way, Nate.
Go ahead.
Nate, it's number 25 from now on. All right, it's number 25. I just tweeted it out. It's official.
Yeah. So summer league, man. So how you got how the Sixers doing in summer league? Money Mitch and Philly Sports. How they doing? What guys are impressing you guys
right now?
Summer league games. What guys impressing you guys?
I see. I mean, right now, from what I saw, Tyrese Maxey and what he's able. I mean, we all know why we took him. There's some. Philip Pustrap's another one that's really standing out to me, just because.
Say it again.
Philip, the one. He's like the Serbian player we got out of Gonzaga in the NBA
draft.
I
know you, man. I just couldn't hear the name.
But yeah, he's another one that's standing out. I'm trying to. Isaiah Joe, on the other hand, he's really
that guy you mentioned. He only had 5 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 for 4 from the field. I mean, he shot 2 threes and missed them. That's more than number 25 right there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm kind of saying. But Philip Prustrap, on the other hand, like if we can, because it's like obviously we have two. We have him and Bassey, who are probably one of the most other athletic centers we have on the when it comes to athletic big men, alongside Joel Embiid. But I think obviously there's going to be time for those guys to
echo. Or is that me? Echo.
Probably you.
It's not me. It's not me.
I don't know who it is.
But like I was saying, because it's like obviously we have some of these guys have the time to grow. Same with Jaden Springer. He didn't look like he He had a hard time finding his stroke. Tyrese Maxey, doing what he does best, driving. No, I think overall, I think the Sixers have some good talent around in the G League. Well, depends on it, and that's another thing
Summer
too.
League.
Yeah, the summer league. But I think overall, I think the Sixers have a bright future with some like guys like Tyrese Maxey, Jaden Springer. If Jaden Springer, like you said, Mitch, would need to pan out like he's supposed to be at the college level, maybe
Yeah.
even better.
And Bassey didn't even play because his agent didn't want him to because of the contract. He didn't sign it yet. So
Yeah, so that's a very concerning. I'm not saying concerning,
it's
but
not
just like
concerning at all. It's just regular. It's just regular BS at this point.
All right, Money Mitch. Give me some players on Philadelphia that you think will make the regular roster coming up this season. That's impressing you right now in summer league.
Maxey.
Okay, that's
I
for
mean,
sure. Hey, we gonna take Tyrese Maxey up out of that. We already know. we gonna take y'all. He was on the roster last year.
Well,
I don't care. You asked me the question. I answered it.
He was up. We already know Tyrese Maxey gonna be on the squad.
All right, Maxey, Isaiah Joe, and that's it for right there. For right now.
Right.
Yeah, like
Isaiah Joe did play on the roster, so yes,
yes, he did. But those were garbage time minutes last season.
I don't care. He made buckets in the game.
Exactly, and with Isaiah Joe, I thought he was like one of the better. Obviously Maxey was better, but what Joe can do is like he can create his own shot when he wanted to. Like he's like, I don't know. I see that's the thing too. Like other than Maxey and Joe, like nobody else really stood out other than Bootstraps of his defensive ability. It's just swatting away basketballs like it's nothing. Mm-hmm. But it's hard to choose. It's like obviously right now it's you have to go with Maxey and Isaiah Joe. I mean, they kind of during that game, like they were the major producers of that win over the Dallas Mavericks.
My boy Jordyfighter, Boston Celtics. Who's impressing you in summer league? Who's impressing you on the summer league squad, and who do you see that's not on the main roster? That was not on the main roster. That could put their way on the roster on opening night. My boy Jordy.
Now, Pritchard's somewhat impressing me mostly because of how he's progressing and he's working with Ime Udoka, who he has a deep relationship with. And Nesmith, he's been working on his shooting. I really like what he's been doing. Gam Madur, the pick from last year who just came from France this year.
Okay.
In the first quarter was plus 10 with him on the floor, was minus 11 with him off. And then he really didn't do much for the rest of the night, but that really stuck out in the first game against Atlanta. And then Juhan Begarin, the guard that we just got, showed a little bit of versatility in that game, and that surprised me, but they're all really exceeding a little bit of expectations, and Madur and Begarin, I really think they can make the roster, even though they weren't necessarily there last year. They weren't necessarily already there.
Like I say again, Rockets very impressive. 2-0 in the 2-0 in summer league. The dude, Josh Christopher got some crazy athleticism. Very great defensively, 90 feet. These guys, Josh Christopher, I'm not gonna put Jalen Green in it because we already know he's gonna be the starter. He may be a starter come in this on a regular roster. Josh Christopher, Şengün, who's been impressive. Garuba. These guys are gonna make the main roster. I'm not putting KJ Martin in it because he was on the main roster last year. So Jalen Green and KJ Martin.
Jalen Green got his ankles broken by Cade.
Hey, but he put 25 points on his head, did too. He outscored him too. So hey, he won the war. He did win the war. He did win the war. So hey, he did put 25 on him too. Put 25 on him too. So hey, and shot efficiency. So
after this Rockets talk, I got one thing to say.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say it now. Sixers I'm getting close to the camera here. Sign Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. He's still a
Sign
free agent.
Isaiah
yeah.
Thomas. I'm gonna make
Go
a
Please
video
ahead,
about
do.
that
get it out.
tomorrow.
Hey, get it
I'm
out.
making a
Get it
video
out of
about
there.
that tomorrow.
All
The
right,
guy
all
dropped
right.
81 in a Jamal Crawford Pro-Am. He scored a 60-something in the Drew League. Get this guy on the roster. I
Hey,
don't care if it's mine. I don't care if it's on the Celtics. I'd rather not the Celtics. But get him somewhere. Get him somewhere.
come on, Daryl Morey. And see, that's the thing too. Like, actually, I wouldn't mind having Isaiah Thomas either, because it's like this dude. Like, it's just like, I mean, he has some great moments overall. I mean, as a basketball player, prove everybody. Sometimes he can, for a guy who's kind of, he looked like he always sometimes was criticized, for being undersized, But I think that really kind of just brought, just like if we're going to do 3-point shooting, just bring in Isaiah Thomas, please, for crying out loud.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to football, go to some preseason before we close it out. So let's go to some our Eagles, man. We got preseason starts tomorrow. We know we finna start making some cuts soon. It's gonna be to the cut from 95 to 73 to 75. Then it's gonna cut from 75 preseason to preseason game number 3 after the preseason game number 3 to 53-man roster. My boy Jordy, give me a couple players that's on the bubble that needs to have a big preseason to make this team.
Yeah, I think J-Jaw may be a guy who really could need a big game. Tyree
J-Jaw?
Jackson.
Oh my god.
Tyree Jackson could need a big game to show he's somebody that can't be messed with, and he could be another Logan Thomas to put him in conversation to make the roster.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Money, go ahead.
Keep going.
I think Hightower may need to do something to show he stays on this roster, because he's really, because from what I'm hearing, he
He's injured.
essentially lost the love for the game, drive for the game, and he hasn't been doing so great, from what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. So he's injured right now.
Okay.
Like, who knows what time he can come back. But for me, Dillard.
Okay.
I know he's injured, but he needs to step it up because Mailata is taking that spot.
Okay.
Mailata has taken that spot like there's no tomorrow. And Dillard, if I was Howie, I got to trade Dillard. Get something. Get Cap. Get Cash. Someone's going to want him. He's just our offensive line. It is so deep in
It's
depth.
not.
So it's just insane. This guy's gonna have to do something, but I think he is gone. My surprise cut is Greg Ward.
Oh, you took my pick.
That's my surprise cut. I hope he does not get cut.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you, if Quez Watkins keeps on playing like this, who do you keep? You got Smith.
Yes.
You got Rager. You got Forum. You got Watkins. You got Hightower. Do you keep Ward for 6? And then you got J-Jaw and you got his umbrella. So I would take the umbrella, so that's 7. But yeah, I'm basically.
Robert, who you got?
Obviously, I mean, we all knew Dealer is going to be is the most obvious when it comes to the cuts. He's the one I would just, if he doesn't step up, especially for a first round pick who is he's getting his ass beat by Mulata, who's a 7th round pick. It's just like, oh, it's like, dude, it's like someone's going to want him, but we need cap space badly. I think really if Hightower, I would say. That's tough though. It's either gonna have to be either between Ward and Hightower, because we all know Quest Watkins is balling out. We all know what obviously we all know what Devontae Smith can do, and so is Rager. But yeah, I think but I'm going to say Greg Ward's probably going to have a better game than I think Hightower's probably going to be the one that's getting cut, because the fact that he lost the drive for football really kind of is really it's going to hurt his chances. And then
Yeah.
obviously Greg Ward, having him as one of our slot receivers, especially being a very good slot receiver that we have. So obviously still keep him. I wouldn't be surprised Jay John got cut. To be honest, he's really like he. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I mean the running back. See, that's tough because I like Gainwell and Kerryon Johnson, but I feel like Howard's going to want to get cut, and but yeah, so that's what I have. Jordan Howard getting cut, Andre Diller getting cut, J. Jaw getting cut, along with along with John Hightower. Even though he's hurt, but those are my cuts.
So you're keeping J. Jaw's umbrella?
Yes.
There we go.
I kind of got everybody know Dillard is probably the obvious. I agree. I agree with Philly Sports. I would cut Hightower because his drive and his drive and
it's
his
just
passion
gone
for the game. I mean, I would cut him. I would cut him because, like I say, if you have no drive and you have no passion for the game, why is you out there playing football? That's just like any other sport. If you don't have the feel, if you don't have the drive, if you feel like you don't have the passion for the game, why is you wasting time? So he
exactly.
may get cut. He may get cut just depend just on that alone. Even though he may be taller than Greg Ward, and Greg Ward, man, like Miss said, hey, I'm gonna hate to see this guy go, but he's on the bubble. He's on the bubble. But they might keep Greg Ward. They might keep Greg Ward just because of Hightower ability not to want to play football and his passion for the love of the game. And J. Joe, he's on the bubble as well. He's on the bubble as well. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go. What do you guys want to see, Jordy? What do you want to see tomorrow night? What do you want to see from the Eagles tomorrow night? What's the main two things you want to see from the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow night?
Well, first I want to see on defense really. Jonathan Gannon's been preaching versatility. I want to see the versatility. Now, it doesn't mean you have to give away all your tricks or everything up your sleeve. You've just got to show the basics of what you've got, because I know, like a lot of other Eagles fans, I'm very excited to see what he's going to do with that. And then I also really want to see just what we've got in our backups. And
okay,
this team is one that has some question marks and spots, and depth's going to be very important this year, especially on the defensive line and at corner. So this is going to be these few preseason games are going to be the big ways to show really what you've got in your defensive line, your corner depth, along with everything else.
Yep. Money Mitch, what you got? What you want to see tomorrow night? Maybe two things you want to see tomorrow night.
I want to see all the starters play the whole first quarter. I want to see how they develop. I want to see how the chemistry is. I want to see just them playing ball and having fun. And I want to see how Joe Flacco and Nick Mullins are going to do. I want to see that competition as well. Because I know there's a tight competition with the 2 and the 3. But for me, I got to go with Flacco's the 2. Because he's a Super Bowl champion. He's a veteran. And I know he does not fit our system. But Super Bowl champion over a guy who does nothing.
Go ahead, Robert. What you got, my boy?
I'm going with Jordy on this one. Like, I want to see
versatility. Hey,
I want to see what Jonathan Gannon can bring to the table. Obviously a buddy of Nick Sirianni. I just want to see what Steven Nelson can do, and outside of Slayton, which obviously we also have question marks on the defensive side of things. We don't know how much longer Fletcher Cox is going to be here. I think Fletcher Cox is another one that really needs to step up big time for the Eagles, and I want to see what Shane Steichen can do as the offensive coordinator, since obviously we know how he just made Justin Herbert, I think, one of the better rookie quarterbacks of was it last year? Offensive.
Last year.
This is it's insane. It's I think what Jalen Hurts. I think having him, and then what if he can do, bring out that probably even better than what Jalen Hurts' potential. who knows, man? And then obviously, like Mitch said, there's going to be a competition between the 2 to 3. Obviously with Nick Mullins and Joe Flacco, because obviously I think Joe Flacco's going to be the 2 because number one, like Mitch said, he's a Super Bowl champion. Number 2, he's from Audubon, New Jersey, so I live right next to Audubon, so I'm right on the borderline of Audubon, New Jersey.
I'm there too.
Yeah, so Mitch, but I think he's also a more well established quarterback that you can have, that can actually,
What's up,
help,
Hunter?
help Jalen Hurts, develop even more. I mean, look, Nick Mullins is no slouch either, but I feel like it's like you're going to have. I say Nick Mullins is probably going to be your 3. You're going to have Jalen Hurts is your starter. You have Flacco as your backup, and then you have your 3rd string in Nick Mullins. And obviously, but yeah, like on the defensive side, we have a good depth at the offensive line. It's like I'm just excited just to see how the team can come together. The chemistry is what I really want to see on both sides of the football. That's what I want to see, is the entire team chemistry, and see how much, if we improved, or do we really need to make a few more tweaks or add a few more things.
I like everybody points, but like I say, I like everybody points, man. I agree with you on one thing, on the chemistry point. You gotta have the chemistry. I do want to see the chemistry, and also, like I say, this running back room is gonna be heated a lot. It's gonna be heated a lot. I just want to see all 12 guys float to the football on defense. The defense is the main thing. I'm kind of looking at a little bit. I want to see some guys flying around on defense. I want to see some guys still out there competing. The receiver position is gonna be down. Is gonna be what I'm gonna want to see, because like I said again, Hightower, Greg Ward, and also this running back group that's competing as well. That's these guys. That's all like a hostile environment. Seeing this, and again, man, like I say, this running back group is something interesting to watch. So, I mean, again, I'm gonna ask y'all one final question. We're gonna end up getting up out of here because me and JC starting our show on his channel at 7:30 at his time. So we gonna go with final thoughts. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go with every position group of our final thoughts coming out of the preseason. Should we expect to be on this team at each position? We're gonna go through each position. Jordy, running back room.
Wait,
Final thoughts.
are we going
Go ahead.
through like each one of the O line?
Huh?
Are we going through like all 5 of the O line, all 4 of the D line?
Not like we're gonna do everything. Everybody do like who we think they're gonna keep. We're gonna go through the receivers. We're gonna go through the running backs.
Okay.
We're
I was
running
gonna
backs.
say
We're gonna go receivers.
We're
gonna go running backs, because that's what's receivers and running back room is kind of a little bit more interesting than the offensive line or the defensive line more.
Yep.
So we're gonna go through that. So Jordan, final thoughts. By the end of preseason 3, running back room, who you expect to be on Sunday? What running backs you expect to be in the room on week 1 opening day against Atlanta?
So with Sirianni and seeing a lot more of the 5 running back sets, I think we're gonna keep 5.
Okay.
Did I say 5 running back sets? I mean 2 running back sets. But I really think we're going to keep 5. Sanders and Gainwell are obviously going to make it. I think you keep Holyfield, Huntley, and carry on.
Okay.
So you have Scott and Howard not making it. Wow.
I think Scott's somebody who can make it, but he's got to knock either Huntley or carry on another spot, and I don't know if he can do it. Although they're giving him a lot of chances, so he could.
Yep.
Money Mitch.
For me, I got Sanders, Gainwell, Kerryon Johnson, Jordan Howard, and I think that's it. I'm going with them 4. Because for Kerryon Johnson, they reconstructed his contract a couple months ago. So I don't understand why they would reconstruct his contract than him getting cut. But it's the NFL. Anything can happen. So I see that. And for Jordan Howard, I know he's the same kind of running back as Kerryon Johnson. But last year, he was the best blocking running back that we've got. So for me, that gives me the edge. And Kenny Gainwell, my God, I still can't believe we got him in that round. I thought he would be gone like second or third, and I was just like, wow. Can you imagine the backfield with Sanders and Gainwell? Like, that's for me. I got 4.
All right, Robert.
Obviously, we all know Sanders is a lock. Obviously, I want to exclude Sanders because that's an automatic lock right there as a starting running back. But I would like to see, keep Kenneth Gainwell, Kerryon Johnson. I guess Boston Scott because I always had I always liked Boston Scott and what he could provide. For being a small running back and what he can do, and obviously, I think having him, make it as much as like Jordan Howard, but the problem is, it's like, can he really stay healthy? Same with but those are my running backs I'd like to see make this team.
Okay. So we got, I think for right now, what up my boy Joseph? What up Fave? What up? Fave still in the chat. That's my dog right there. That's my fave right there. Shout out to you, Fave. Love you so much. So this is what I got. I'm gonna give Miles Sanders and Kenny Gainwell's a lock, right? Those two are locks be opening day. I'm gonna go with Kerryon Johnson. I'm gonna go with Jordan Howard and Boston Scott. Think like Jordan said, we're gonna keep 5. We're gonna keep 5 back. So them the 5 I'm gonna go with. All right, we're gonna switch to the receivers. This was the last topic, and then we're gonna get up out of here because me and JC starting our show on his channel. Y'all come check the channel out. We starting our show. We going over the top 20 quarterbacks in fantasy football. In case anybody play fantasy, y'all come over there to JC Eagles Talk.
Wait, can you say that again? What about fantasy now?
We breaking down fantasy stuff. We breaking down fantasy, the top 20 quarterbacks. The top 20 quarterbacks. Then the next one is gonna be on my channel.
So I gotta ask you, is Jalen Hurts on that?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. You'll find out.
If he's not, I lost all respect.
We'll find out.
If you have Daniel Jones there.
Oh hell no! That's the last thing I put down. That's the last. I ain't put no Sheedy Jones. Hell no. I'm not gonna even put Hurts down. Hurts might not even be down
over Daniel Jones.
Wow, we're really going back.
You're really killing Jordy here.
You really killing Jordy down. You really on Jordy behind.
Hey! I've heard it a lot from the Knicks fans, dude. I'm telling you, I still get DMs from the Knicks fans. This season's over. Let me
live.
So, what's up, Benny? All right, Jordy. Besides Rager, besides Devontae Smith, and besides Fogum, probably top 3. Don't put them in it. Receivers, who you expect to be who you expect to beat out on week 1?
So putting aside those 3.
We already know they locks.
Yeah, they're already locked. So I think they're gonna keep 6. So that's 3 more. Okay. This is very tough because it's a matter of perspective, but I want to say Quez, Ward, J-Jaw.
Okay.
Wait. Say yours again?
Quez, Ward, J-Jaw.
What's up, Cousin Joe?
Oh, okay, that's going to be a tough.
Quez, Ward, Hightower.
Okay.
Robert? Quez.
No, wait, hold on.
Wait.
Quez, Ward, Umbrella. Quez, Ward, Umbrella.
Oh, that's tough though. Like, other than those 3, so we got. I say Quez. Oh, son of a bitch, man. What other receivers do we have? Like that's actually that's capable to actually play.
That's basically it.
I guess maybe Hightower if he can found a way to bring that drive back. If he can do that, I mean, I can see. Really, I think we can see what he's capable of. For having this guy that height, but. See, I can't think of a third one because I really don't want J-Jaw to make it because we all know he ain't worth the pick that we picked him for. So I mean, those are just my kind of receivers because I don't know what else we have at the moment, unless we could find a way to. I don't know.
No.
Those are my those.
No.
So far, right now, those are my two, and I guess maybe honorable mention the umbrella.
All right, so
Stop copying me.
Hey, look, hey, Mitch, you got to understand. Like, we really don't have any other than from Rager, and all that stuff. They like Rager, Devontae Smith, Quez. What other good receivers do we have?
okay, so I'm gonna answer this, and then I'm gonna go to a bonus question. And we definitely get up out of here. It's a one bonus question. All right, so the main three that I will take J Jaw over. I'm gonna take Ward. I'm gonna take Quez, Ward. I'm gonna take Quez, Ward, and J Jaw. I'm gonna take Quez, Ward, and J Jaw. Only
So
because
you're taking-
Hightower, huh?
Okay, go.
Because Hightower, like I say, because Hightower don't have the love for the game. And what you about to say?
So you rather have. So for me, Hightower does not have the drive. I get that, but I'd rather have him than J Jaw, who one touchdown in his whole career was a fumble recovery that went into the end zone.
This is the question. I'd rather have a person that wants to play the game of football than have a person that don't have no passion.
I would rather have a person.
I'll take that.
That actually is good than someone who sucks.
I know, but if he don't have the love of football, he don't have the love for the game.
I know.
Yeah, what?
So, I think it's very tough, though.
It's tough, but like
Hightower.
I understand, but like as something like I don't care. I don't care how good you is. If you don't have the passion or the love for it, then that's true. Wasting time. That's wasting time.
Exactly, it's a waste of time and money.
It's a waste of time to have you on the team.
And this is what I said about Elijah Holyfield before, or from what I've been hearing about Elijah Holyfield, he was just nothing but a waste of a roster space for the Philadelphia Eagles. And even I forgot about Adrian Killens. He got transferred to a wide receiver.
Yeah,
I forgot about him.
You know what? I'll take Killens over Hightower.
I could.
Oh, like I say, if he's actually straight, then I would have put Killens in it. I would have put Killens.
Yeah, I heard Killens was also balling out too as a wide receiver too. So I was like,
all right.
I was like, shit. I said, at the time, I said when you asked, it's like, I didn't think about Adrian Killens that we had him for a while. Then he got transferred, changed to a running back. So,
okay,
I guess.
Right. Last question before we get up out of here. My fave asking the question. We don't get up out of here. This is the last bonus. This is the last question. It's a bonus. She says, what do y'all think about a great fit for Isaiah Thomas? My boy Jordy. What's a great fit for Isaiah Thomas?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Sixers.
Because we need a point guard, so.
Woo.
Sixers. Even
whatever it takes to get Ben Simmons out of
and not to mention number 25 is sitting out of training camp
you'll take him. You will take him.
He's not good at defense, but
he'll make it up with some good 3-point shooting and great offense.
Yeah, but no, actually, I don't know about Isaiah Thomas now because thinking about that backcourt with Isaiah and Seth Curry.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is so bad.
Yeah.
That's
so bad. I forgot. So if we could have Isaiah as a sixth man, if somehow, some way, I'll take that. But
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I think Isaiah Thomas would be a great sixth man off the bench because how much longer do we have to deal with Shake Milton and his inconsistencies?
Shake Milton is probably. I mean, if I'm thinking right now. Shake Milton is the backup 2. Korkmaz is the 3. Joseph Niang's the 4.
And Drummond's the
5.
That's pretty good bench.
Yeah.
It's better than we had George Hill. Who else did we even have? I mean, obviously the loss of, but I think
we forgot Thibault. So
I thought about Thibault too.
Thibault's there. So we forgot Maxey. So Maxey's on the bench. So we got Maxey, God dang.
Bible?
No. It's Maxi. There was another shooter there. Oh, Shake. It's Maxi, Shake, then Thibault, Korkmaz. I'm just naming the bench at this point. Georges Niang, Drummond. Georges Niang may not even get much playing time. He might get a little more than Mike Scott had.
I mean, I'd rather have him playing very little minutes than having ripping our eyes out, watching Mike Scott missing open three like constantly. It's like bang,
Don't get
bang,
me
bang,
started.
bang. It's like, and that's the thing too. It's just like it's funny because it brought me out to like the ESPYs where Anthony Mackie just tore into number 25, building a jet house into the. I thought it was one of the. I just like it was one of my favorite rows, but it's not technically my third favorite because obviously you had, or technically in the top two because other than you have David Akers roasting the Cowboys, which is probably going to be the number one for most Eagles fans. I thought Anthony Mackie, I think really took his good shot at number 25. I think there's a little food for little
Yeah.
input.
So, all right. So it was a good stream, fellas. I say we probably will do. If y'all want, let me know. After we get off. After preseason one. After preseason one, the game. If y'all want to link up again and do another
I'm down.
one. Okay, you down? If you down, Jordy? We'll definitely do this again after preseason game number one. We'll get our thoughts on preseason game number one
For sure.
and stuff
Wait,
like
I gotta
that.
ask: Are you guys going live for the game? Are you going live?
Probably not. I'll probably watch it and then.
You're not doing the live stream.
I don't think. Well, an hour before I'm gonna be on fully notion stream, but other than that, I ain't doing nothing.
You're gonna be on Notion?
I'm watching.
Wow.
That's an hour before. That's hour before.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
figured that.
I think
I don't think I'm doing too much.
I think I'm not going to be doing too much, but other than probably writing out a few things because obviously with my having a Phillies reporter coming on the 15th, so I got to need to get something to prepare to ask him. Give it his thoughts.
With that. Just the only advice I can give you: have your thoughts there, right? But then just go with the flow. If something changes, don't panic. Just go with the flow, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you
right now.
That's what I'm going to be doing. That's why I'm writing it down so I won't tend to forget. See, I have a tendency to forget things, so that's why I'm going to try and write it down.
So he just know baseball, right? That's it.
Yeah, he works for. He does it on like he's his name's Frank Close. Like he has like on 97.3 ESPN. He has like
how'd you get in contact with him? Just a DM on Twitter?
He follows me on Twitter. He was not even verified, so I just asked him if he wanted to come on. He said sure.
That worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I sent a DM to Zach McPherson to see if he wanted to come on.
That's no.
Yes, I did do that.
No. I'm telling you, dude. No. I would love it. That'd be great. Prove me wrong, but
Yeah. There's the proof.
I
did send a DM to him.
All right. Hey.
I also did the same thing for Archie Bradley.
So if Mitch or you streaming, I just come by.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, okay.
I might do like a lot. I'm probably doing something with Nighting, so he's just going to do like a live, like a play-by-play kind of thing that he's going to be doing. So
yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Yeah. So 7 people in the chat. Appreciate everybody that showed up and watched the show. My boy Jordy, Money Minch, like I said again. My boy Philly Sports. After preseason one, they'll hit me up. Let me know. We'll do it again. We'll break down the game. And we'll break down some more NBA news if some come out. But Jordy, final thoughts. Tell everybody where they can follow you at again, man.
Again, you can find me at Jordyfighter. I've got my 3 podcasts for the Fighting Irish, the Celtics, and the Eagles, where I get depressed with the fan bases about bad moves like Josh Richardson, and then get hyped for stuff like our rivalry game against USC. But you can catch me there. I do have some projects in the works, and I also am going to start streaming with Eagles Uncensored or AK Eagles over on his channel every Tuesday, a fantasy football
Oh,
podcast.
really?
Really?
Don't
So-
tell
Me and
that.
JC doing the fantasy football too as well. We doing the
So
same
go
thing.
check that out. And
Yep.
hey, Mitch, at least I'm not a Michigan and Penn State fan.
Okay.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You gonna kill
I'll
you,
give you
bitch.
that.
Can't get
That's
out.
a low blow.
No, I'll give you that, man. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Penn State for me was a low blow.
I
Nah,
grew
man,
up.
that
I
was a
grew
done
up
deal.
watching both. I can't. Like I know.
Hey, look, Penn State and Villanova
Jordy,
were
that
all
was good, man. That was
That's
good.
a
I'll
good
give
one.
you
That was a
props
good
on
one.
that,
That was
man.
nice.
hey,
Boy.
retribution that Josh Richardson.
All right, Money
Yeah,
Mix. Tell the people
yeah,
they
I
can follow
deserve
you at,
that.
family. Tell
So
the people. Go ahead.
for me, guys, my name is Micth Kofsky. You can subscribe to me on YouTube because on Friday, I'm actually going to share the screen really quick here.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me hold on. Can I? Oh wait. Yep. Share window. Here we go. So you're gonna have to hit it, Dante.
Okay. How do I hit it?
You go down and it says show there. You click. It's like the same thing you bring.
It's a
There
It's
it
a-
is.
yeah.
So on Friday, I'm gonna have a former Division One basketball player in Jake Shopey. He went to Penn. He's a good friend of mine. He's doing this as a favor. So Friday at 4:00, he's gonna come on, and then on Saturday, I'm gonna have a radio host by the name of Matt Rogers on. So that's gonna be fun as well. And Friday night's my podcast with Tyler Sportsnet. So.
okay.
Yep. Here, I'm gonna take this off. You can take that off, man.
All right. All right. My boy, Philly Sports. Tell the people where they can follow you from, fam.
You can follow. You can start subscribe to me on YouTube at Philly Sports Podcast. Hopefully try to next milestone is 150 subs. Then after that, be 200. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Philly Podcast YT and Instagram at Philly Sports 97. Also TikTok at Philly Sports 97. But like Mitch said, I want to share my screen with you
Okay.
because I want to because
Wait,
I
what
really.
happened to your light, dude? Your light just went off.
Oh, I don't have my bedroom light on. That's all the computer light.
Oh, real? Oh,
Yeah, because I'm trying to.
because you
Bear-
were just dark all of a sudden. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, bear with me here, Mitch.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay, I haven't had to go through my profile real quick. Okay, where are you? Where are you at? Aha! Very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Well, I know how about sharing the screen works for StreamYard, so just bear with me here.
Yo, I'm listening. Yo, so go to share on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You hit share screen right there, and then
I
you
got you.
go to window if you want to look up a picture. Chrome tab. It's like one of the times you have open in Chrome. There you go.
As you can tell, will have Frank Close himself coming on to my podcast at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I really hope to see everyone there, because
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have a good time, talking Phillies baseball, kind of give our thoughts about a different thing. So, well, yeah, so that's what I want to share with you guys. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you haven't already, follow him, just give him a follow.
Okay.
After,
So hold on. Let me see. Let me put it.
Jordy left.
Ooh, Jody left. All right.
yeah.
Bye,
So
Jordy.
so anyway,
Say hi to Josh Richardson for me.
I don't know
There
what
he
happened. I didn't do it. I don't know what happened.
So again, y'all killing Jordy.
I blame Robert because he did the whole share
my
screen
God.
thing.
This has been an awesome stream chat. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to my boy Mitch, my boy Philly Sports, boy Jordy. Like I said, we will be doing this again after the Eagles preseason game. It's matter what day, whatever day they want to do it. Like I said, we do it. We'll be after the Eagles' first preseason game. We'll break down the game. We'll break down NBA news, summer league, some more stuff. They will be with me on the opening night, day before opening night NBA roundtable. Expect to see them. So I'll say again, y'all can follow me at Coachdonte31 on Instagram, Coachdonte31 on Twitter, and y'all know the YouTube channel. Name is Thursday night, an hour before the game. I will be on Philly Notions podcast. talking Eagles, talking Eagles. So y'all come support it over there. And tonight, me and my boy JC Eagles talk. We will have fantasy. Do the top 20 quarterbacks of fantasy football. In case anybody do fantasy football, that will be tonight. At 6:30 my time. It will be at 6:30 my time, 7:30 his time. Y'all come check me out on my boy JC Eagles Talk. Appreciate everybody from showing up to the channel, showing the love. Special shout out to my fave for keeping the channel going for chat going for me, and everybody that support me. Like I say, as we get out, man, shout out to everybody. Go Texans, go. Fly Eagles, fly, man. Peace out, chat.